Solve each equation for the unknown value. We're going to replace the variable with the number provided to us. 1/2 minus 8 is negative 7.5. 5 times negative 7.5 is negative 37.5. Then we can add 5 to both sides, and we get y equals negative 32.5. Replace the other variables in these equations with the values given to you. The 8th grade class is going to an amusement park as an end-of-school field trip. The park charges $18 for each adult ticket and $13 for each student ticket. The class president calculates a total cost of $2,660 for all adult and student tickets to the park. How many adults and how many students are going to the amusement park? Well, we can begin by defining our variables. Let A represent the adult tickets, or the number of adults. And S represent the number of students. We can write an equation. We know the adult tickets cost $18 and the student tickets cost $13 for a total of $2,660. However, many ordered pair can satisfy this. So to determine how many adults and how many students went to the amusement park, we would need more information. In problem 2, it provides us with some additional information. It says a total of 190 people are going to the amusement park for the end of school field trip. They charge $18 for adults, $13 for students, and they calculate a total cost of $2,660. So now we can go the adult tickets plus the students is 190. So now we have a system of equations that we can use to solve it. This is set up for an elimination method problem. So I'm going to multiply by negative 18 so that 18 and negative 18 are opposites. Negative 18a minus 18s. And then 190 times negative 18 is negative 3,420. And we will add that to the second equation. These are eliminated. Negative 18 plus 13 is negative 5s. And then negative 3,420 plus 2,660 leaves us with negative 760. Divide both sides by negative 5. And S is 152 for students. So 152 students. We know that the adults plus the students was 190. So if we subtract 152 from both sides, 190 minus 152 is 38 adults. Ethan collects 6 coins and 2 gems for a total of 52 points. How many points is 1 coin worth? How many points is 1 gem worth? Well, I see that 3 and 6, there's a common multiple. 3 times 2 makes 6. But for the elimination method, we want it to be opposites. So I want it to be negative 6. So 3 times negative 2 would give me negative 6. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. And negative 2 times 70 is negative 140. Here you can see the negative 6 and positive 6c will be eliminated. Negative 10g plus 2g is negative 8g. And then negative 140 plus 52 is negative 88. If I divide both sides by negative 8 to solve for g, I end up with g is 11. So 1 gem is worth 11 coins. Now I need to plug it back in. I have 6c plus 2 times g, which is 11, equals 52. Well, 2 times 11 is 22. If I subtract 22 from both sides, that leaves me with 6c equals 30. And then divide both sides by 6, and I get c equals 5. So to sum it all up, or to summarize it, the coins are worth 5 points, and the gems are worth 11 points. Typically, we put them in alphabetical order, like X, then Y. Here, in this case, C comes before G, so we would have 511. The class president lost the lunch receipt. She knows that 21 students ate lunch, and the total cost was $117.27. Each student ordered either a $4.99 sandwich meal or a $5.95 pizza meal. The sandwich meal included one sandwich, one small order of fries, and one medium drink. The pizza meal included 2 slices of pizza and one medium drink. How many of each meal were ordered? So what's included in the meal really isn't necessary for the problem. We're just trying to figure out how many of each meal was included. All the rest of that stuff is just extra. So we know that if we combine the sandwich meal and the pizza meal, altogether we have 21 meals were ordered because 21 students ate lunch. The sandwich meal was $4.99 and the pizza meal was $5.95 for a total of $117.27. If I change this equation into P, the pizza meals, is 21 minus the sandwich meals, I could use a substitution method here. This is going to replace P in the equation. So it will say 499S plus 595 times 21 minus S equals 117.27. We'll distribute here. $5.95 times 21 is $124.95. And then we have 595 times a negative S. We'll combine our terms here. 499 and negative 595 is negative 0.96 s. We'll subtract 124.95 from both sides. So 117.27 minus 124.95 is negative 768. So to solve it for s, we divide both sides by negative 0.96. And that gives us s is 8. So the sandwich meals ordered were 8. If we plug it back into this equation here, 21 minus 8 will tell us the number of pizza meals ordered. Running out of some space here, but 13 pizza meals and 8 sandwich meals were ordered. The ordered pair that would represent this would be 13, 8. In the alphabet, P, Q, R, then S. So P comes before S. Two bus drivers for the field trip take the same route. Mr. Jacobs drives at a constant speed of 52 miles per hour, and Mrs. Kondo drives at a constant speed of 50 miles per hour. Mr. Jacobs starts the drive 3 minutes after Mrs. Kondo. How many hours after Mrs. Kondo starts driving does Mr. Jacobs catch up to her? How far will they have driven when they meet? Noor's work is shown. Identify the error Noor makes, then fix the error you identified. So it says, let X represent the number of hours Mrs. Kondo drives, and Y represent the number of miles driven. We have these two equations. Y equals 52, and then this X minus 3 would represent the time. Y equals 50x, that would be the speed and the time in hours. However, if you notice, it says he gets a 3-minute difference between Mr. Jacobs and Mrs. Kondo, whereas our time is per hour and our X value is represented in hours. The equation is incorrect. The rate is in hours, but the 3-minute difference should be written as 3 minutes out of 60 in an hour, or if you wanted to use the decimal version, 3 out of 60 is 0.05. So this equation should say 52x minus 0.05. So now that we have fixed the error, we need to solve it using the correct method. So this here would say 0.05 and 0.05. So 52 times 0.05 would give us 2.6 instead of 156. Then if we divide that by -2, that would be 1.3. So then we'll plug it back into the x value. 50 times 1.3 is 65. So Mr. Jacobs catches up to Mrs. Kondo after 1.3 hours after she starts driving, and they have each driven 65 miles. That is the end of lesson 13. Check back in for lesson 14 on the YouTube channel.